Hello there, how are you doing? I'm Barry from Ukulele, and today I'm going to show you how to play Mad World by Tears for Fears. I've arranged the song so that it perhaps has more the flavour of the Gary Jules version. However, I've tried to pay homage to the original with a break. Anyway, see what you think. So I'm going to teach you the whole song. It's fairly straightforward to play. The bridge is perhaps a little trickier because you have to pick out the melody. If you want to print off the tab, you can do so at the Ukulele website, and I've also done a cover version of the song, and I've put links to both these in the comments below. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so the song is in D minor with all the chord diagrams above the tab. The song is played at 4 beats to the bar, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rhythm throughout the whole song is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it stays the same for the whole song. So for example, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and also 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and etc. Likewise, I'll be using the same fingerstyle pattern for all the song, pattern A or PIMA, with the thumb playing the G string, the index finger C, the middle finger E, and the ring finger A. If you need any help understanding the tab and the fingerstyle patterns, then I've made a short explanatory video which you can find in the links below, and there's also a card above on the right. Okay, so let's go to bar 2 and let's start. So the first note will be C2 and E1 together, then A, then G2 and E together, E1, C2, E, G2 and C together, and then G4, played with the pinky. So play that slowly. Bit faster. Okay, then moving on to bar 3, you play G, C2 and E1 and G together, and then C2 again, and then you play all those 4 notes again. So G, C2, G and E1, and C2 again. So let's play that slowly. Okay, bar 4, and then you play C2 and E1, then A, then G2 and E together, E1, C2, E, then G2 and E1 together, then E3. So slowly. Okay, and then bar 5, you play G, C2, G and E3 together, then C2, and then you play those 4 notes again. So G, C2, G and E3 together, and C2. Okay, so let's play those 4 bars from the beginning, slowly at first. And again, a bit quicker. Right, so if we move on to bars 6 to 9, they're basically the same as what we've just done, bars 2 to 5. So 6 is the same as 2, so 7 is the same as 3, 8 is the same as 4, and 9 is the same as 5, however the last note is different. So I'll just go through those notes again for 9. So it's playing the G, then C2, then play G and E3 together, C2, and then you play those three again. So it's G, C2, G and E3 together, and then as a passing note, then you're going to play the G. Okay, so those 8 bars are the intro, and it's also the same for the chorus, which will come up later. Okay, so let's look at the verse now. So looking at bars 10 to 13, so on bar 10, you're playing a D minor chord, and you're playing G2, then C2, and then G2 and E1 together. And when you play this, you're just going to dampen as soon as you play those 2 strings. So instead of going, you play, so you just pull off slightly with your fretboard hand. So it's, and then C2 again, then G2 and E1 again, C2, G2 and C2. So if I play that slowly, it goes, and for all of the verse and the pre-chorus, you're doing that same pattern. So you're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So then you play an F in bar 11, so it's G2, then C, then G2 and E1 together, again dampening those notes, then C, G2 and E1, C, G2 and C. So bar 12, we're going to play A minor 7th. So you're playing G, C, G and E3 together, again dampening there, then C again, and then again G and E3 together, and then C, G and C. For bar 13, you're going to play a G suspended 2, so that's G, C2, G and E3 together, then C2, and then you're going to play G and E3 together and pull off to an E1. So, and then I'll play G and E, and finally C2 again. So let's play that slowly. Okay, and just play those 4 bars again from 10. So bit faster. You play that sequence, those 4 bars again, for the same for bars 14 to 17. And then you play again bars 18 to 21. finally bars 22 to 25. So moving on now to the pre-chorus, and you're going to continue with this pattern of this dampening pattern. So bar 26, you're going to play holding a D minor chord, G2, C2, G2 and E1, then C2, you're playing G2 and E1, then C, G2 and C, so that's, so you're just lifting up your third finger there on the C string. So then moving on to bar 27, so you're going to hold down a G chord, so it's G4, C2, and then G4 and E3, then C2, G4 and E3 again, C2, and then lift up your third finger, so it'll be playing an open G string, and then C2 again, so it's play that again. And then you play those two bars 4 times. Bar 28 and 29 again will be the same, or bar 28 will be the same as 26. Bar 29 will be the same as 27. Okay, so let's play bar 26 to bar 29. And bar 30 to 33 is exactly the same. Okay, so bar 30, bar 31, bar 32, bar 33. And then we come to the chorus, which is the same as the intro. So bars 34 to 41 are the same as bars 2 to 9. So here are bars 34 to 41, played slowly. Okay, then the whole 32 bar sequence from bar 10 to bar 41, that is the verse, the pre-chorus and the chorus, are repeated again from bars 42 to 73. So starting at bar 42. Pre-chorus. Chorus. Okay, and then we move into the bridge. Okay, so the bridge consists of 8 bars from bar 74 to 81. And as I said in the intro, tries to give a flavour of the break in the original Tears for Fears version. It's sort of kind of picking out the melody. So if we look at bar 74, we're holding down a D minor chord, and it's G2, then C2, G2 and E1 played together, then C2 again, then you play G2 and A, play the A on its own, then G2 and C2. So I'll play that slowly. Then holding down an F in bar 75, you play G2 and A, E1, play G2 and C together, then E1, then G2 and A, play the A again, and then C and A. So play that slowly. And then you move on to a C5 chord. So play open G, then A3, and then G and E3 together, then C, and then G and E3 together again, and then open E, open C and E. So and then you play a G chord, you play C2 and A2, and then E3 and A2, and then G and A2, E3, play G and C2 together, and then E1, G and E, and C2. Let's play that again slowly. So let's play those 4 bars from 74 to 77. Okay then, bar 78, back to a D minor. So you play G2 and E1, then C2, then G2, A, G2 and E1 together, C2, G2 and C2. So play that slowly. Play the F chord for 79, and that's G2 and E1 together. So then A, G2 and C, E1, C and A together, A3, and then G2 and E1, and then the A3 again. So that's back to C5 for 80. So that's G, A3, G and E3 together, then C, G and A3 together again, and then open E, C and E. So that's finally bar 81. So you play the C2 and A2, then E3 and A2, and then G and A2, E3, G and C2, and then move up the fretboard a little bit and play A5, and then G and E, then finally C2. Let's play that. Yeah, when you come back to that C2, you're basically holding a G minor chord again to start bar 82. Okay, so you're going to play the pre-chorus and the chorus again. Okay, so bars 82 to 97 are almost the same as bars 26 to 41. The only difference is the last bar just has a little flourish at the end, which I'll show you in a minute or so. So let's have a look at bars 82 to 89. So it's... Okay, and here's at bars 90 to 96. And then the last bar at the end, you play open G for the first note, and then C2, and then you hammer on the third fret on the A string. So open A to A3, and then just pluck a G chord. So that would be C2, E3, and A2. So I'll play that slowly. And that's it. That's the whole song. If you have a look at the cover version, which you can find a link to in the comments below, that version is with vocals and it's played at pretty much full tempo. But if you go further into the video, there's a half-speed version of the song. So that might be helpful to practice with. Okay, well, I hope you like it. Bye. So if you'd like to look at the rest of the song, the tutorial continues on www.youcanlearn.com. Bye now.